This is News 8 Now, this morning.
We always need kids stuff, and I think that's what we're working on. We're just collecting all year round, you know? It's never just a certain season.
If there's like a stigma around food pantry, they might not actually seek help. So just having the means and ability to, I think, is a great asset in the community.
I truly, truly believe that dance is for everyone. It is such a beautiful art form, and especially in our beginner classes, we take it slow, we break down all the movement, and we really make you feel as comfortable as possible here.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for watching News 8 Now. I'm Dua Estrard, that's Derek Sibley. It is January 23rd, and we are going to start it off with weather. Derek, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you, Dua?
I'm pretty good. I woke up, and when I came into the studio, there was this giant skeleton that was hanging in the makeup room, and I may have jumped a little, you know, but no biggie. I have a feeling it was the Weekend Crew.
Yeah, it probably was. Maybe out there to get you. But it's past Halloween, though. I still don't get that.
I don't know. Definitely the Monday scaries.
Sure thing. All right, well, I could tell you our weather is not looking scary here this morning, Dua. We're looking pretty cloudy and also pretty cold. Outside here from City Cam 8 behind me, things are looking quiet. But if you look at the temperatures, though, behind me in Eau Claire, it's currently at 16, Winona's at 14, and La Crosse currently coming in at 17 degrees this morning. And when you factor in the wind chills, well, it makes it feel like it's into the teens, or lower teens, and even a lot of cases into the single digits this morning. In fact, in La Crosse, we have a feel like of 6, and Eau Claire, you're feeling like 7 degrees out there currently. Plenty of cloud cover across the area here too this morning. That's not going away because we expect that to continue in the forecast throughout the day, partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the teens here through at least 9 o'clock, and then we're in the 20s starting around 11 o'clock. And then we should warm up into the upper 20s to low 30s sometime around 12 to 1 o'clock today, and that will continue through 3. And then those cloudy weather conditions as we head towards the late afternoon and also into the early evening hours as well, with that west to southwest breeze here around 5 to 10. But we'll have your schoolcast coming up in just a bit, Dua. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
Campbell police are seeking the public's help in locating a missing 15-year-old girl. Police say Jaden Halverson ran away from home at around 4 Sunday afternoon. Jaden is 5 feet 6 and weighs about 125 pounds. Her current hair color is red, and she has a pierced eyebrow, 2 nose piercings, and a few small knuckle tattoos. Police say she should be wearing a black puffy winter jacket, black pants, and winter boots. If you have any information about Jaden or if you see her, Campbell police are asking you to call them. Their number is on your screen. Starting Tuesday, the La Crosse County Library is giving you a chance to learn all about the river. At the Campbell Library, the system is beginning its Island Ecology series with the help of U.S. Geological Survey staff. A wildlife biologist will share how they monitor the health of the Mississippi by studying plants and by studying the quality of water and sediment. The program is free and it's open to anyone. The session is from 4 to 5 this coming Tuesday at the Campbell Library, and no registration is needed. At the La Crosse Public Library, an opportunity to learn about your neighbors. From today until February 28th, you can step into Hmong culture at the library on Main Street. Hmong Diaspora, a spotlight collection, is now on display. Organizers say it's important to do more to honor Hmong culture.
People were really behind the idea of let's do more. Right? What else can we do aside from just a timeline that's just going to go on a wall?
You can experience a guided tour of the exhibit next Sunday at 1, but there are plenty more opportunities to learn about Hmong culture and history until the exhibit closes. We'll have a link to all of those events on our website, news8000.com. West Salem High School students are using their language skills to help families at their local food pantry. The Care and Share Food Pantry serves everyone in need, but for many, language can be a barrier, and that's where these students and volunteers come in. Every Saturday, Spanish students from the high school help serve and interpret for families who need it.
If there's like a stigma around food pantry, they might not actually seek help. So just having the means and ability to I think is a great asset in the community.
Volunteers encourage any Spanish-speaking family in need to come and use the pantry. And if you're able to help, donations can be brought to Our Savior's Lutheran Church in West Salem. The Onalaska Education Foundation held its 14th annual taste event at Stony Creek Saturday night. This was the first taste event to return to an in-person format. 10 restaurants from around the Coulee region catered, and people tried their hands at casino games to help support Onalaska kids.
Everything that you do and everything that you purchase and all of it goes towards our students in the Onalaska area. So it's a win-win.
There was also a live auction. Some of the funds help support grants for teachers' classrooms, while the others go to Onalaska's Acts of Kindness program to help students in need. In La Crosse, the YWCA partnered with the Facebook group Everyone Needs a Helping Hand to lend a coat to families in need. At the Get Warm coat distribution, area families could stop by the Reach Center for winter gear. Organizers say anything helps, but they're in need the most of coats in children's sizes.
We always need kids stuff, and I think that's what we're working on. We're just collecting all year round. You know, it's never just a certain season.
That's great to keep in mind, especially when you're doing your spring cleaning. And as Raymond said, the YWCA and Everyone Needs a Helping Hand is collecting all year round. Over in Cashton, prom season is already on their minds. High schoolers looking for a good deal on their gowns were able to get one at the prom dress resale. Teenagers from all over the region picked up their dresses for their special night. Organizers say they wanted to be able to help girls enjoy prom without worrying about that hefty price tag.
A lot of people have a lot of dresses in their closets that through COVID maybe the girls never got a chance to wear. So we're just bringing it all together for everyone to be able to shop and enjoy their day.
Money raised from the prom dress sale will help support the school's post-prom event. Well, engaged couples got some extra help with wedding planning Sunday at the La Crosse Center. There was plenty to offer at the 2023 La Crosse Wedding Expo. Organizers say the event is a great spot for couples to get inspired.
So it's kind of a great day to just soak it all in, and bring it home and then kind of brainstorm what you want.
There were plenty of options for couples that were looking to plan the wedding of their dreams. The expo offered over 90 booths, and there was even a fashion show. If you're someone looking for a spot to learn to groove, we've got just the place for you. I&E Dance in La Crosse is officially open, and it's welcoming anyone over the age of 18. Whether you're just beginning or dancing at a Broadway level, studio owners say everyone is welcome. Studio owner Michelle Malone says she opened I&E to give adults a space to dance.
I truly, truly believe that dance is for everyone. It is such a beautiful art form, and especially in our beginner classes, we take it slow, we break down all the movement, and we really make you feel as comfortable as possible here.
Using too much salt can age roadways and sidewalks and can damage rivers, lakes, and drinking water. So to prevent that, you might want to watch how much salt you're using. The City of La Crosse is launching its Salt Smart initiative for Salt Awareness Week. They advise anyone who uses salt to focus on removing snow, then use salt if you have to. You can learn more about how to be Salt Smart in live streams every day this week. Those will be held from 12:30 to 1. We have a link to the live stream posted on our website. That's news8000.com.
It's that combination of cold, extreme exertion, and then maybe sticking it out longer than is wise, because we got to finish and get to the end of the walk.
Cardiologists at Mayo Clinic Health System say the combination of cold weather and exercise can also trigger a heart attack. The cold can constrict blood vessels and increase your blood pressure. Doctors say it can be hard to stop outdoor activities for the sake of your health because you want to finish the task. But they also say it's best to check with your doctor and see if you should be the one shoveling that heavy snow. Well, still ahead on your morning news, tax season officially begins today. Find out how this year will be different. And home sales continue to drop, reaching record lows. how that affects local realtors and buyers. But for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Hundreds of cars lined up at a gas station in Iowa Saturday morning, celebrating Reverend Rob Johnson's 35th birthday with free gas and a slice of breakfast pizza. It's a tradition the community started last year, this time raising $15,000 with the Des Moines Urban Experience to pump into Iowa cars. Reverend Rob says he does it to show his love for his community, and will be doing the same thing next year when he turns 36. Happy birthday, Rob. Well, don't go anywhere. More News 8 Now this morning after the break.
Well, this morning we are waking up to a pretty cloudy start, but also a cold start here too with our temperatures. Check out our current readings into the teens out there this morning. 17 now in La Crosse, 19 currently in Sparta. Meanwhile, to the north in Eau Claire, you're currently checking in at 16 degrees. Meanwhile, our feel-like temperatures are well into the single digits in many spots here, with a feel-like currently of 6 degrees now in La Crosse. And at the same time, again, we have all those cloudy weather conditions that continue to linger across the area this morning. Our forecast for today, as you start with your zone forecast, it is in La Crosse County into the upper 20s to low 30s. Mostly cloudy weather here with 29 today in West Salem. Heading south, New Albin at 29. Stoddard also at 29. It'll be 26 degrees though in Westby, down in Vernon County. Arcadia today in Trempealeau County, you're looking at 30 degrees today with 29 expected if you're in Eau Claire County this afternoon. So for your schoolcast out there this morning at the bus stop, cloudy and cold. Temperatures at 18, partly cloudy around the lunch hour. And then by this afternoon, mostly cloudy temperatures will be at 33. We'll have a check on that full weather forecast again coming up in just a bit.
Well, it's that time of year again. Get ready to do your taxes. Tax season begins today, and things might look a little different this year. Most Americans get a federal tax refund every year, and for many, that refund is a huge aid to their finances. But that aid may be smaller this year. Tax experts say that's in part because of the expiration of tax break bonuses from last year. Also, you should know if you pay later than the April 18th deadline, you may be subject to penalties and interest, so definitely get all of that information on in time. Vox Media says it will lay off 7% of its workforce. CEO Jim Bankoff said in a staff memo Friday about 130 people will lose their jobs. Vox publishes New York Magazine as well as the news websites Vox and The Verge. The memo says the layoffs will affect multiple teams, including editorial. Vox notified affected employees by email, followed by HR meetings. The union representing Vox workers says it's furious about that approach. In Dodge County, a massive wind turbine collapsed. It happened last week at the Butler Ridge Wind Farm, and nobody on the ground was hurt. But the incident did leave a big mess and a big hole. NextEra, the company that owns the fallen turbine, says that they believe it was a rare incident and is assessing other turbines to make sure that this is a one-time thing. It's been a tough winter season for the real estate industry. Home sales have continued to drop and reach record lows in inventory. Nolan Bowman in Wausau tells us how this drop is affecting local realtors.
'Tis the season when home sales traditionally slow down.
We always see things slow down a little bit in the winter months, and then generally pick up, in the late spring.
According to the Wisconsin Realtors Association, unit sales in 2022 fell nearly 35% compared to 2021. In the past quarter alone, sales were down nearly 31% compared to the same quarter in 2021.
We had a lot of people moving in out of state because you had remote workers. Interest rates were really low. So things are a little bit different, and that's part of why the demand has kind of started to even out.
Given the increased interest rates and lower inventory, it's created a heated market amongst buyers.
Not a lot of options. It's still competitive, but it kind of limits how many people can move up and trade up. And with interest rates going up, it makes that a little less attractive.
But for the time being, they'll continue to let people know what the best decision is.
We're always looking to educate our buyers and let them know that the options that they have available.
But I still think there's people that are looking to move into the area, people that are looking to buy a new house or get something a little bit bigger. So I do still think there's going to be quite a few homes to sell and a lot of people to help.
Jeff and Cassandra also say that if you have any questions about the market, buying or selling, contact your local real estate agent.
Well, things are definitely looking cloudy here this morning with temperatures into the teens. In fact, in La Crosse now, we're at 17 degrees with a feel-like temperature of 6. Visibility, though, is in the clear at around 10 miles. Meanwhile, to the north in Eau Claire, you're also looking quite cold this morning at temperatures for you at 16 degrees and a feel-like temperature of 7 when you factor in the wind chills here currently, too. Winona, you're waking up to 14. Black River Falls is at 18. Viroqua was at 16. Prairie du Chien to the south is at 17. But there's a lot of locations, though, this morning that are waking up into the feel-like temperature values of the single digits here, with a feel-like temperature of 9 in Black River Falls, and it's feeling like 6 degrees now down further south in Viroqua. Now our highs today will warm up into the upper 20s to low 30s, with forecast highs nearing 33 degrees if you're in La Crosse. Cloudy skies continue all across the area here this morning as they move in from the west, and we expect the partly to mostly cloudy skies to continue through at least the early part of the day before overcast skies take over late this afternoon into the early this evening. And you'll see this on Sky Tracker here as well. Notice how we will have those clouds moving in from the west, but there could be some clearing here north to south here as we head towards the 10 o'clock hour. And then just like that, those clouds return again by the time we reach 2 o'clock, and a few snow flurries or a shower or two across portions of northern Clark County. But other than that, skies will continue to remain cloudy all throughout the day. As we head into tonight, still another cloudy night once again in store with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. As we head towards tomorrow morning, still looking at those clouds moving in from the west. A couple of snow flurries here are possible as well. And then it looks like the same trend does continue into tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. with cloudy skies and a couple of snow flurries here and there. And by the time we reach tomorrow afternoon, more of the same. A couple of locations to the north and south could see a little bit of clearing, but overall we'll call it another mostly cloudy day. And that same trend continues around the 6 p.m. hour tomorrow, with 20s being the temperatures by that point. So overall, your 7-day forecast calls for mild but cloudy conditions through tomorrow. Now we are going to be watching our next system move in on Wednesday. That could give us a chance of seeing some snow showers. Other than that, it will be a cloudy one as we take you into Thursday again. And then by Friday and also into this weekend, we do have some pretty good snow chances here on the way. That's something that we'll keep our eyes on. And behind that system that will give us the snow here on Friday through the weekend, it's also going to give us a shot of some cold Arctic air moving in from the north. And that's why our high temperatures will drop into the teens here this weekend and also into early next week. As a matter of fact, Monday, we could be waking up to highs of only 8 degrees. Stay with us, though. Much more news and weather is still to come here on News 8 Now this morning. But for now, we are sending you to break with a look at what happened on this day in history. Well, this morning we're waking up to yet another cloudy start here this morning across the Coulee region, with temperatures very cold here into the teens. In fact, now it's 17 in La Crosse. If you go further to the north in Eau Claire, you're currently at 16. Sparta's at 18 degrees, though, this morning. Your dog walking conditions look okay, but partly cloudy skies will be the main story there with those cold conditions and chilly wind chill values there. Afternoon, also partly cloudy before turning mostly cloudy to overcast by the time we reach early this evening. Stay with us. We'll have a check on your commute forecast. That'll be next in weather.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. We're going to start things off with something a little different. The UWL gymnastics team has high hopes this season and had their first home meet of the year yesterday afternoon. We go to Mitchell Hall. Fans were packed and ready for the triangular against Simpson College and Hamline University. La Crosse Central standout and former Iowa Hawkeye Kayleen Lansing cheering on her teammates. She would compete in events 3 and 4, but first we had the vault, and leading things off for the Eagles was Hannah Hatula. Knee brace it all, getting the run up, and a great landing out of her scores her a 9.450. Good start for the Eagles, but the best vault of the day goes to Alex Wood, the senior, absolutely flying, and a flawless finish. Her teammates go crazy as they should. That's a 9.800. Wow. Up next is the Bars head coach, Casey Crawford, getting the team locked in, and they were. Maddie Vanderpool on the high bar, spinning around, and yet another good landing for the Eagles earns Vanderpool a 9.475. Her teammates hyping her up as the Eagles would go on to win the event by just under 9 points. Kayleen Lansing had the top all-around full routine with a 9.6. How about some college wrestling? Wisconsin hosting Iowa at the Fieldhouse. First match of the night in Iowa, Spencer Lee trying to work a pin over Eric Barnett, and he's gonna get it. That's his 6th straight pin, but the Badgers battled back and made this duel close. 149 pounds, Austin Gomez trying to work the takedown on Max Murin, but Gomez locks up the hips, secures the takedown, gets the 2 points, and that one has to feel good for the former Iowa State Cyclone. And then in the biggest win of the night for the Badgers, unranked Tyler Dow, he's going to throw 8th-ranked Abe Assad to his back, and after nearly 20 seconds of fighting, Dow gets the pin, and the Fieldhouse was on its feet. The teams would be tied at the end of regulation, and the Hawkeyes would win by criteria. All right, that's all I've got for the Morning Blitz, but come back later this evening for more. We'll be right back.
Abortion rallies on both sides of the issue took place around the country this weekend. While the U.S. Supreme Court removed the constitutional right to terminate a pregnancy last year, on Sunday, the Biden White House says it is taking action to make sure women have access to abortion. John Lornick reports.
President Joe Biden issues a presidential memorandum that allows access to medication abortion, saying in a statement, quote, "I'll continue to fight to protect a woman's right to choose." Vice President Kamala Harris made the announcement at an abortion rights rally in Florida on Sunday.
Members of our cabinet and our administration are now directed, as of the president's order, to identify barriers to access to prescription medication.
Harris also called on Congress to pass federal protections on the matter.
Let us not be tired or discouraged, because we're on the right side of history.
But not everyone agrees with that stance.
Every day in this country, innocent lives are at stake.
Former coach and NFL player Tony Dungy was among those who took part in the 50th annual March for Life rally in Washington, D.C. Friday.
Those lives are still important to God and in God's eyes.
Abortion is currently legal in about 24 states and banned or severely restricted in 13 others, according to the Guttmacher Institute of Reproductive Rights. The remaining states are either in limbo or legal with restrictions under 20 weeks of pregnancy.
Everyone recognizes abortion up until birth is not something that they want. At the same time, banning all abortions with 0 exceptions isn't something people support. And so where is the middle ground? How do we get there?
John Lawrence, News 8 Now.
Any potential pro-abortion rights legislation is likely not to pass through the GOP-led House of Representatives. A mass shooting took place in Monterey Park. Authorities say a 72-year-old man, Hu Can Tran, is suspected in the deadly mass shooting that left 10 people dead at a dance hall. He took his own life after the attack. Investigators are still looking for the motive for the deadly gun violence that shocked the community, comprised mostly of people of Asian descent. At least 10 others were injured in the incident. The impact of this weekend's mass shootings at a Lunar New Year celebration in California was felt during festivities in Minnesota. As Lunar New Year is one of the most joyous occasions in Asian cultures, Tracy Tran, a co-owner of Asia Mall, says all kinds of people from the community came to learn about Lunar New Year and celebrate. She pointed out it's the new year for Chinese, Vietnamese, and Korean people, with key details about the shooting, including a possible motive still unknown, and many simply had to express their sorrow.
That's why it makes this news even harder than it already is, because we look forward to this time of year, and to have it be met with violence is horrific.
Another shop owner said, quote, "Sharing culture is very important. It helps other people see different perspectives." A week of New Year festivities wrapped up Sunday at Eden Prairie's Asia Mall. As the second ever World Snow Sculpting Competition comes to a wrap on Sunday, co-chair Sarah Jefferson is still trying to wrap around her head on how the event has come so far, so fast.
Whether they're getting your attention,
always creative, very creative,
or imagination.
I think a little bit more whimsical is more interesting for me.
It inspires me to go play in the snow myself and make art.
There's no denying the appeal of the Stillwater Snow Sculpting Competition.
I love the fact that the artists put so much time and effort and creativity into something that everybody knows isn't going to last a very long time. And I think that's an important life lesson.
This year, a local team carefully crafted from a cube this creation. They took home the grand prize of $4,000. But when it comes to this event in just year 2,
you could just feel the energy around town. It's kind of this, it's happening. They chisel away 50-pound blocks over and over.
Sarah Jesperson says what you're seeing here is priceless.
It used to be 5 years ago, January. That's when we saw most of the doors shutter. Now we're studying more closely the economic impact, and a lot of businesses reported that they had at least a 50% increase in their sales and activity.
Because after all,
where else in the country can you have the snow sculptures outside where they're not melting on a daily basis?
And if you're seeing all of this and thinking, wow, I cannot believe I missed out on that. Well, there is some good news. These sculptures will be on display while nature allows them to be. From there, it's on to planning for year number 3.
Well, a fun fact, the competition was created by local business owners to help boost their economic situation during the pandemic. What a wonderful, fun activity. Well, here in Wisconsin, there's also no shortage of fun winter events. But imagine that fun being right in your front yard. That's exactly what one Merrill man provides for his community and local kids in Merrill.
Consisting of a 40 by 60 ice rink, nearly 20-foot tall sledding hill, and no shortage of snowmobile rides, Merrill's Derek Simon is the architect of a winter playland, an area that takes plenty of hard work to put together.
Right before the ground freezes, because we got to stake off the ground, frame out the ice rink, get it all squared off. And then big tarp we got to order through the mail, and it takes about a week or 2 to get here. Other than that, laying it out and then just start filling it with water.
Hard work that's well worth it, giving the community a fun go-to spot for the season.
It's like you're going down a water slide, and I like going down water slides.
Beyond the main attractions, the winter playland stays fresh with different activities.
It's just always fun to come here and do all the new stuff. Usually when I come here, there's something new to do.
Activities best enjoyed with those you're closest to.
It's pretty fun to hang out with all my sisters and all that.
I could have fun with my friends and family.
Even at no cost for people to stop by, it's the memories that best motivate Derek to keep building the area up.
Lots of kids come out here for their first time to skate. That's always a plus, just to make sure they have that memory, I guess. Even if it's even if they don't remember it, it feels good to know that they, I was able to provide that first time experience for them to come out here and do that.
For the ice rink, Derek mentions that it's even cooler at night because it glows at dark. Well, the Dane County Humane Society Wildlife Center is asking for your help as they care for 2 injured birds. The Wildlife Center is hosting an American white pelican and a trumpeter swan. The pelican was found in Vernon County and the swan was found in Crawford County. As they heal, the center says satisfying their big appetites can get expensive. DCHS is asking the public to help raise $2,500 to feed them until they can find a home for them. If you would like to help the birds heal, you can donate online or in person. We'll have both of those links posted on our website at news8000.com. A Wisconsin family is once again making a name for themselves as warriors, dairy equipment producers by day. The Ewert family is a staple on Discovery Channel's BattleBots. Terry Ewert's company produces equipment that cleans cow udders, but in 2001, he found a hobby that channeled his creative side.
My dad went out on his first trip and came back with a giant nut.
Ewert's son of Waiachi won the highest prize in BattleBots his first year out. Since then, he's passed the passion for automated gladiators on to his sons.
This is the third year for Fusion.
Okay.
And I've been plagued with some issues. It started on fire a few times, like half the time.
Reese Ewert's Fusion and brother Jake's Hydro are both competing in the tournament this year.
She is, after last night's episode, the most dominant flipper ever in BattleBots history.
The Ewerts don't just compete, they're also designers. Jake says the goal of Hydro's weapon is to flip another bot to the ceiling, but it has disadvantages to the more common vertical rotators.
We started with this piano key hinges. We were the first one to do it, so that we picked up everybody else's. And now this season, everybody's starting to copy us.
It just keeps spinning, and then it hits somebody, flips them over, disorientates them. And then this weapon is supposed to rip them apart.
Over the 22 years, Team Waiachi's made parts and machines for other competitors.
So if you ever see somebody, sticking a handle in here and turning the switches on, you know it's a Team Waiachi part.
They say it's rewarding to make other competitors' designs take shape.
We make bots, parts, and the funnest part is to get to go against them and then rip them up, and then you get to fix them again.
This is the 4th year of competition for Hydra, and it's still working with the same frame. The Ewerts say they learn and adapt each year and are looking to bring home the trophy once again.
Well, this morning we are waking up to a pretty cold start and also a cloudy start as well. But let's get to those temperatures though first though. Behind me, and you can see we are into the teens with 17 being the temperature in La Crosse. To the north in Eau Claire, you're currently at 16. Sparta is waking up to 18 degrees though. And Viroqua to the south is currently at 15 degrees. But our high today should reach around 33. Overall, a partly to mostly cloudy day with mild conditions and southwest winds at 10 to 15 miles an hour. For tonight, we're going to drop to about 21. Still looking pretty cloudy and slightly on the mild side for overnight as well, with those west winds pretty light at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Everything as driving wise is okay, but there are a couple of partially covered roadways here for portions of northern Trempealeau into Buffalo County to the west, even Eau Claire County northward into Chippewa and also into Dunn County. Looking at some partially covered roads, probably from some ice. But other than that, our weather conditions though are looking partly cloudy for the morning, and same here for the afternoon. Good conditions here for your evening commute. Green lights there as well for cloudy skies. But stay with us though. We'll have a final check on that full weather forecast. That'll be next in weather. Dua?
Thanks, Derek. All right, well, coming up in our Buzz Report, the new subscription plan One Dating app could be rolling out soon. We'll be right back.
Well, this morning we are waking up to a pretty cold start, and it's also pretty cloudy here as well behind me. In La Crosse, we're waking up to temperatures at 17 degrees under those cloudy skies. Visibility, though, looking good around 10 miles, but we feel like temperature, though, of 6 degrees when you factor in the wind chills. Meanwhile, to the north in Eau Claire, also looking cold here at 16 degrees with those cloudy skies. Feel like temperature of 7. Visibility, though, is slightly lower, though, at around 3 miles. Current temperatures everywhere else here this morning across the Coulee region into the teens. Winona's waking up to 14. Black River Falls is currently at 18, and Viroqua is waking up to 15 degrees. So this morning, wind chill values feel much colder though. Factoring in the wind speeds outside, it does make it feel like we're into the single digits in many spots today this morning, with high temperatures expected to reach the upper 20s to low 30s across the area. In addition to that, we're also tracking a bunch of cloud cover that continues to move its way east across the Coulee region from the west. As we take a look at your daycast throughout the rest of the day, we can expect partly cloudy skies between now and around noon at least, and then cloudy conditions here take over as we continue throughout the day with temperatures into those upper 20s to low 30s, as you'll see there on Sky Tracker. But here's what happens around 10 o'clock. We may see some drier air filter in that could help get rid of some of the cloud cover before it begins to return again as we head towards around 2 o'clock in the day, and a couple of some light snow flurries across portions of northern Clark County are possible before that clears out, and then cloudy skies continue throughout the rest of this afternoon into this evening and also into tonight. Still looking pretty cloudy, maybe a snow flurry or two underneath some of those thicker clouds, but overall conditions will continue to remain on the cloudy side through tomorrow morning. A couple of snow flurries possible once again here to the south. Now, as we take you into tomorrow, later on in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, still looking very cloudy, and a couple of snow flurries are possible. Heading into tomorrow afternoon, again, another cloudy one. Those cloudy skies just do not go away here, it looks like. That's going to continue through at least tomorrow evening here as well. And yeah, you guessed it, cloudy skies in the forecast as well here on the 8-day forecast, and we may even look at some snow showers here as we head into midweek on Wednesday, and then another cloudy day on Thursday. Now, as we head toward the end of the week, Friday through Sunday, we're going to be watching a decent chance that is, of seeing some scattered snow showers around here, so something we'll keep our eyes on. Now, that same system that's going to bring us snow on the backside, we could be looking at some much colder temperatures. As you can see, our highs will fall into the teens on Saturday and Sunday, and in fact, our highs on Monday may only be into those single digits. Meanwhile, low temperatures into the upper teens to low 20s here over these next few days before dropping into the teens and also the single digits by the end of this week.
Timothée Chalamet apparently really wants his own streaming show. Friday, Apple TV Plus released a new ad campaign starring the Oscar nominee. In it, Chalamet watches a variety of the service's most popular releases and begins to obsess over why he has not landed a role on Apple TV yet. The star ends the ad by asking Apple to call him. Apple TV released a similar ad back in 2022 starring Jon Hamm. Hamm has since landed a role on the service, starring in the upcoming 3rd season of The Morning Show alongside Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. So there's still hope for Chalamet. Netflix says it knows more than 100 million of its users are sharing their passwords with people who don't live in the same household, violating the company's terms of use. The company told shareholders it plans to crack down more broadly in coming months by charging an extra fee for customers who insist on sharing their account with others outside the home. Netflix says widespread password sharing undermines its ability to improve its service. How much would you pay to use one of those popular dating apps? Tinder wants to know your level of motivation in a pricey new membership that might offer soon. The app is gauging user interest in a $500 a month commitment, but Tinder's parent company Match Group hasn't revealed what the additional benefits users could get. The Rolling Stones have joined TikTok, and that means TikTok creators can use the iconic band's music in their own videos. The official Stones channel also features behind-the-scenes content from live shows, rare archive footage, and musical challenges for fans. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards also have their own personal accounts. Well, we are heading to break with today's Look Who's 8.
Yeah, that's right. We got three birthdays to celebrate today. Our first one is to Zelda, who is turning 8 months. Now, Zelda is a little girl who loves her brothers and loves to climb. Happy birthday, Zelda.
Happy 8 months to Tayton. He loves to take pictures and smile.
Happy 80th to Jerry, and he's a Green Bay Packers fan who is so cool. And our very own Rob Schiff submitted his photo for Look Who's 8 today.
That is so awesome. That is so nice.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm so glad. Well, if you know a special someone turning 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website. It's news8000.com. Look for the Submit Pictures button. That's under the Home tab on our website.
Stay with us. We have everything you need to know today in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next. Your Morning News Now. It's time to start getting ready to do your taxes. Tax season begins today, and things might look a little different this year. Most Americans get a federal tax refund every year, and for many, that refund is a huge aid to their finances, but it may be smaller this year. Tax experts say that's in part due to the expiration of tax break bonuses from last year. Also, you should know that if you pay later than the April 18th deadline, you may be subject to penalties and interest. So please file your taxes sooner rather than later. Starting Tuesday, the La Crosse County Library is giving you a chance to learn all about the river. At the Campbell Library, the system is beginning its Island Ecology series with the help of U.S. Geological Survey staff. A wildlife biologist will share how they monitor the health of the Mississippi by studying plants and by studying the quality of water and sediment. The program is free and it's open to anyone, and the session is from 4 to 5 this coming Tuesday at the Campbell Library, and there is no registration needed. At the La Crosse Public Library, an opportunity to learn about your neighbors. From today until February 28th, you can step into Hmong culture at the library on Main Street. Hmong Diaspora, a spotlight collection, is now on display. Organizers say it's important to do more to honor Hmong culture.
People were really behind the idea of let's do more, right? What else can we do aside from just a timeline that's just going to go on a wall?
You can experience a guided tour of the exhibit next Sunday at 1, but there are plenty more opportunities to learn about Hmong culture and history until the exhibit closes. We'll have a link to all those events on our website, news8000.com. West Salem High School students are using their language skills to help families at their local food pantry. The Care and Share Food Pantry serves everyone in need, but for many, language can be a barrier. That's where these student volunteers come in. Every Saturday, Spanish students from the high school help serve and interpret for families who need it.
If there's like a stigma around food pantry, they might not actually seek help. So just having the means and ability to, I think, is a great asset in the community.
Volunteers encourage any Spanish-speaking family in need to come and use the pantry. And if you're able to help, donations can be brought to Our Savior's Lutheran Church in West Salem. You probably use salt to melt ice on slippery sidewalks, but there are some downsides. Using too much salt can age roadways and sidewalks and can damage rivers, lakes, and drinking water. To prevent that damage, the City of La Crosse is launching its Salt Smart initiative for Salt Awareness Week. They advise anyone who uses salt to focus on removing snow. Then use salt if you have to. You can learn more about how to be salt smart in live streams every day this week. Those will be held from 12:30 to 1, and we have a link of the live stream posted on our website. That's news8000.com. Shoveling snow from your driveway can be a great workout, but for those with a heart problem, it's not so simple. Cardiologists at Mayo Clinic Health System say the combination of cold weather and exercise can trigger a heart attack. The cold can constrict blood vessels and increase your blood pressure. Doctors say it can be hard to stop outdoor activities for the sake of your health because you want to finish the task.
It's that combination of cold, extreme exertion, and then maybe sticking it out longer than is wise because we got to finish and get to the end of the walk.
It is important to know your limits, so if you are at risk, Mayo doctors also say it's best to check in with your doctor about if you should be the one that's shoveling that heavy snow.
And as you head out the door this morning, keep in mind it is a bit of a cold start with wind chills into those single digits and low teens. Our highs today will reach around 33, making it a pretty mild day, but overall mostly cloudy skies. And that same trend will continue into tomorrow too. There's a chance of snow on Wednesday, followed by cloudy skies Thursday, and more chances of snow Friday and through this weekend. And that same system that will give us snow here by the end of this week could give us some much colder temperatures by Sunday, dropping our highs down, or actually by Saturday, really dropping our highs down to the teens for the weekend. And early next week, Monday, we could be as cold as 8 degrees here. So it's going to get more of a cold type of pattern here coming up with a little bit of snow mixed in too.
Derek, that is not how I want to start off my Monday.
Sorry.
8 degrees, 8?
Yeah, but that's a week from now. Don't worry about it.
I know, but now I'm going to be anxious. I'm going to be thinking about it. Oh.
I know, but hey, at least we have a couple of mild days to work with.
That's it.
We have that.
Yeah. We're in the final stretch of winter. Thank you for watching News 8 Now this morning. We hope to see you at noon. And stay with us. We'll have the latest updates on today's top stories at noon. Have a great day.